Quentin Tarantino once said he saw a certain Kevin Costner movie 5 times in a single week. The movie barely played in theaters, almost nobody saw it, but Tarantino called it a masterpiece. So what the hell was it? Let's back up. The story starts with a film student named Kevin Reynolds. He was at the University of Southern California, making a short called Proof, a funny little satire about frat guys in Texas. Steven Spielberg saw the short, loved it, and said, "Hey, let's turn this into a feature." Just like that, Reynolds was off to the races, with his first film produced by Amblin and released by Warner Brothers. The story was simple but heartfelt. 5 college guys from Texas go on one last road trip before graduation, marriage, and the draft rip them apart. It's set in 1971 in the shadow of the Vietnam War, but it's not some heavy-handed political movie. It's about friendship, youth, and that final summer, before the world gets serious. Costner plays Gardner Barnes, a cocky, charismatic guy trying to hold his group together. It's his first real starring role. He'd already shot The Gunrunner, but that didn't come out for another 4 years. So Fandango is where audiences saw Costner first. The problem was, nobody saw it. Warner Brothers didn't know what to do with the film. Unknown director, unknown cast. They reportedly called it unreleasable. The studio dragged its feet, then dumped it in a limited run. 27 theaters total. It earned just over 90 grand. That's on a $7 million budget. 1 week in theaters, then gone. Spielberg was disappointed. Reynolds admitted the script had problems and had even pushed for a 4-day reshoot. But none of that mattered to Tarantino. When Pulp Fiction came out in '94, and everyone wanted to know what made Quentin tick, he brought up Fandango, said it was one of his favorite films of all time, predicted Kevin Reynolds was going to be the Stanley Kubrick of his decade, and he wasn't joking. Now, Reynolds didn't become Kubrick. What happened instead is kind of ironic. He ended up working with Costner again on Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and then Waterworld. That second one was a disaster. Studio interference, ballooning budget, Costner and Reynolds clashing. It tanked Reynolds' big screen career. After Waterworld, he pretty much vanished. In the 21st century, he directed just 3 movies. But he didn't vanish completely. In 2012, Reynolds quietly made a comeback on TV, directing the Emmy-winning Hatfields and McCoys miniseries. Guess who starred in it? Kevin Costner. And that created a strange full-circle moment, because Costner had originally signed on to appear in Tarantino's Django Unchained. But when Hatfields and McCoys came calling, Costner dropped out of Django at the last minute to go work with his old Fandango director instead. Hopefully Quentin took it as a compliment. His old favorite had stolen his actor. Hard to be mad about that. Costner, for his part, still remembers Fandango fondly. Years later, he told this story about being at the Venice Film Festival for Silverado. Someone told him Fandango was playing nearby. He slipped out of an interview, walked into a theater that was full, people sitting in the aisles. He said he was never the same after that. I thought, I'm making movies for the world. I may make American movies, but everything I do to them is about behavior, and I think behavior translates around the world. Fandango never got the release it deserved. It didn't launch Kevin Reynolds into the stratosphere. But somehow, through all of that, Costner, Tarantino, Spielberg, and a packed theater in Venice, it still mattered. And 3 decades later, Tarantino's still not over it.